boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have needed is GhostRunner, a game developed using Unreal Engine 4, which seems quite interesting. So today I'm going to test this game on the GT 740M, which is equivalent to the 825M or the 920M. So this is essentially a 7-year-old graphic card that was never conceived for gaming on laptops, and yet I'm in here playing with 720p with 75% of resolution scaling and pretty much all settings on low aside from two settings. Anti-aliasing, which I have set it to high, as you can see, high settings, which will consume about 4 frames per second but makes the stuff much better regarding shimmering, for example. Everything feels great, and without it everything will be shimmering and you can notice a lot of aliasing, so I do recommend you to use anti-aliasing on high. And the second thing is textures. I have set to medium because it can fit inside the 2GB of VRAM. So as you can see, with native resolution without using any resolution scaling, my average was under 30 frames per second, and thus because of that I can't really recommend you to go that way. And if you use 75% of resolution scaling, you are able to achieve an average of 37 frames per second, and we still have the 1% low set to 27, but you can also reduce more the resolution scaling if you want to 70% or 65%. You can reduce or raise anything that you want, but for me 75% it was good enough. And despite I do think that GhostRunner, it is a game where you should play as close as possible to 60 frames per second, reducing the resolution scaling further than this will make the game very blurry due to the anti-aliasing. And even if you don't use anti-aliasing, like I did tell you, everything will be shimmering all over the place, you will get a lot of aliasing, but that's it. And yeah, despite the frame rate it is not 60 or close to it, I think that the game it is still playable. It is not the same experience obviously, but it is still manageable. It will be a little bit harder than without 60 frames per second, but I do believe that you are able to finish the game nonetheless. Alright, so about the graphics, even despite we are playing on low settings, the graphics looks absolutely great because most of the stuff are baked in. For example, I'm not using shadows, but the fact is the game have a lot of baked shadows, you just don't have the dynamic shadows. Also, we are not using ambient occlusion, but the game have a lot of baked ambient occlusion in here. So yeah, most of the time, despite we are using variable settings, the game still manages to look good, and that's quite interesting in my opinion. What is also very interesting about this game is that what the game it is. I mean, this game looks immediately like Mirror's Edge regarding gameplay. You are just traversing all over the place the maps, but with more special moves, a little bit like Titanfall or the wall running and that thing. But yeah, overall it feels like Mirror's Edge. Alright, just go and traverse this cyberpunk city or industrial area in a breeze, jumping from one place to another. It is just cyberpunk parkour, alright, and it is amazing. But the best thing about this game is that while Mirror's Edge, you kind of stop the flow or the momentum of running to fight the opponents, in here everything it is so damn quick. For example, you just avoid the shooting of their weapons and slash them in a matter of 1 or 2 seconds and just proceed with the momentum of running. So enemies in here pretty much feels like obstacles, and they are not really enemies. They are just mere obstacles into this game, which makes the flow to keep moving at the same rhythm, not at the same rhythm, but makes at the same rhythm of the music. Alright, everything feels just fine with this game. I really love it a lot. What I don't love, I mean, about this game is the fact that I'm only playing the demo over here, and at the time of the release of this video there is no release date for this game. The only thing that we do know is that this game it will be released at this year, alright, the 2020, unless they postpone the release. But for now it is planned for 2020 nonetheless, so I'm hoping to play the game this year, the full version. But whatever or not, this demo version feels very complete, very optimized in my opinion. Everything feels perfect, no bugs whatsoever. Feels a very polished experience, and I'm actually very surprised with this because I was really expecting this game to be released soon, but well, unfortunately that's not really the case. And despite all of that, I'm now eager to play this game. But anyway, until the game arrives, what you know so far is that you are able to play this game. Yes, it is not 60 frames per second, yes, it's not 720p native resolution, but still, it is playable, it is above 30 frames per second most of the time, and the graphics are still very good. Alright, so guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about GhostRunner. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Lockdown lifted.
Go. There's no direct access to the prison tower. I'm uploading drivers for gap jammer implant. Prison towers up ahead. Hope you're not afraid of heights. F32. I can't hold it much longer. Find my cell. There's little time.
Prisoner termination protocol initiated. Prisoner threat level extremely high. Prisoner released.
Free at last. Pleasure to meet you. Face to face, that is. Now, let's take a look inside. This may feel a little strange.